Good morning, everybody. So we'll continue with the explication of Act 2, Scene 2 of Julius Caesar. We are on line 327. We have to continue from line 327, where we stopped last time. So in the last episode, we saw that Caius Megarius came to Brutus's house. Caius Megarius is one of the noblemen of Rome. He came to Brutus's house and he expressed his wish to join the conspiracy against Caesar. So Brutus says, Caius Megarius says, okay, in line 325, I will strive with things impossible, yea, get the better of them. What's to do? Right? So he says, he will try to do impossible things and get the better of those impossible things. He asked Brutus, what's to do? What should be done? So now, continuing, Brutus says, a piece of work that will make sick men whole. Right? So it is a healthy piece of work. You, Caius Megarius, have been discouraged, you were feeling discouraged, but you will feel whole again when you know what's to be done. So he's speaking, of course, about the assassination of Caesar. Right? So assassinating Caesar will make, not only Caius Megarius whole again, will not become healthy again. It will make the whole of Rome, it will purge, it will remove the impurity of Caesar, according to Brutus. It will make the whole of Rome healthy again. Megarius says, but are not some whole that we must make sick? So Megarius asks, some people, they are now in a good state of mind. There is sound in body and sound in health, sound in mind. They are healthy. Should we not make them sick? Brutus says, that we must also. What is it? What it is, my Caius, I shall unfold to thee as we are going, to whom it must be done. So Brutus says, I will reveal what is to be done, to whom it must be done, as we go along. So come along with me, and I will fill you in on all the details. Right? Megarius says, set on your foot, and with a heart new fired, I'll follow you. To do I know not what, but it sufficeth that Brutus leads me on. Set on your foot, start, let's go, let's start. And with a heart new fired, I'll follow you. And with new hope in my heart, I will follow you. To do I know not what. I don't know what is to be done, but it is sufficient that Brutus is my leader. He leads me on. Brutus, follow me then. And exhume. Exhume means they leave from one side of the stage. Now, scene 2. Start of scene 2. When the curtain rises, okay? In Act 2, scene 1, the stage shows Brutus's house. But in Act 2, scene 2, it shows Caesar's house, Caesar's palace. Right? So Act 2, scene 2, when the curtain rises, we see Caesar's palace, Caesar's house being displayed. Right? So scene 2, the same. Caesar's house, thunder and lightning. Enter Caesar in his nightfall. So there is the rumble of thunder and forked lightning is flashing through the skies. Enter Caesar in his nightfall. So it's not yet dawn. It's not yet dawn. Caesar has been having troubled sleep. His sleep has been troubled. And he wakes up early and he says, Caesar says, "Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Neither the sky nor the earth have been calm tonight. Nor earth nor heaven have been at peace tonight." Thrice had Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, oh, they murder Caesar." Who's within? So, 3 times Calpurnia, that is Caesar's wife, had cried out in her sleep. She'd been having a nightmare. She'd been having a nightmarish dream. And what was the dream about? 3 times she cried out in her sleep, "Help, oh, they murder Caesar." So, Calpurnia has had a premonition of what is going to happen to her husband. He's going to be murdered. He's going to be assassinated that day. So Caesar asked, "Who's within?" He calls for a servant. Emperor servant. Servant, "My lord Caesar, go bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success." So one of the ways in which you could learn of future events in Rome was to present sacrifice. The sacrifice could be an animal like a cock or a hen or some other sacrificial animal. The priests would offer sacrifice. They would examine the sacrifice. They would, for example, they would cut open, and from the entrails, that is what they saw, the gods had given them the power to predict the future. The priests could predict the future by examining the sacrificial animal. So Caesar says, "Go bid the priests to present sacrifice and bring me the opinions of success." So what will happen? Will everything be normal or will everything be disjointed? That's what he asked. "Servant, I will, my lord." Exit. Servant exits from one side of the stage. Enter Calpurnia. Calpurnia. "What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth?" So why, Caesar? Why are you coming out? Why are you presenting yourself, exposing yourself to danger? Think you to walk forth? Will you walk around unattended, without guards, without protection? "You shall not stir out of your house today. Today you shall not leave the house." Caesar says, "Caesar shall forth. Caesar shall go forth. Caesar shall go where he wants." Now look at the way he says it. He addresses himself by his name. "Caesar shall forth." That is, he is addressing by his name means it is a term of respect. It's a term of, it shows the importance of the person. For example, only as an example, if I were to say, Sundaresh is now reading of Julius Caesar, that will sort of lay importance on the person who is reading them. So, to address yourself by your name, it is a sign of your importance. So, emperors, kings, they address themselves by their name. And also, they address themselves by the plural. They don't say, I am going forth. For example, Caesar will not say, "I am going forth." He may say, "We are going forth." We, to address himself by the plural. Or even in the possessive case, he won't say, "It is my battle." He'll say, "It is our battle." Even though it's one person, he addresses himself our, the plural form. So using the plural, using his name, third person is actually third person. Caesar, he. Caesar is he. Caesar shall forth. Right? Caesar shall quote, the things that threaten me never look but on my back. Whatever comes to threaten me, whatever danger, it never dares to come in front of me. They always come behind me. The things that threaten me never look but on my back. They always come behind me. They never dare to see me face to face. They never dare to face me. Never look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished. When they face me, when I face them, danger just evaporates. Danger just melts. Kalpana, Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they frighten me. Kalpana says, I never stood on ceremonies. I never based my actions or words or thoughts on superstition. Yet now they frighten me. All the portents, all the events that have been happening in Rome for the past 1 or 2 days, they signify something evil is going to happen. Right? For example, remember that 100 ghastly women, they lay in a heap and they were wailing out loud. Then a lion walked through the streets of Rome. A slave held up his arm and it was on fire, but he felt not the fire, he felt not the heat. Such things have been seen. An owl shrieked and cried out at midday. The owl is the bird of night. All these things have happened. So, seeing all these things, California says, now they frighten me. They frighten me. There is one within. Besides the things that we have heard of, besides the things which I just mentioned that we have heard of, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watcher. There is someone within the house who recounts, who tells us, who narrates. Recount means to narrate. Recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. The watch is the guard. Caesar's house is guarded 24/7. They patrol. Those guards, those watchmen, they have seen most horrid sights. What are they? A lioness had dwelt in the streets. A lioness had come into Rome and had dwelt. She had given birth to a young lion in the streets of Rome. And graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Graves have yawned, they have opened. And the dead have risen. Skeletons, half rotted corpses, they have walked the streets. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds. In the sky, there was a battle going on. Fierce, fiery is full of anger, passion. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons and right form of war. They had formed ranks of soldiers. On both sides, the battle was matched. They had formed ranks and squadrons and right form of war. They had gone against each other with a vigor which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. Capitol, as I said, is the houses of Parliament. Upon the Capitol, blood was drizzled. Rained blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. The sounds of spear meeting shield, the sound of sword upon, the sound of chariot wheels, the sound of horses neighing, the sounds of men being killed, their dying groans. These noises of battle hurtled in the air, they were thrown in the air. Horses did neigh, the neighing of horses, the sound made by horses. And dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek. Ghosts, they started flying around in the night air, and they shrieked and squealed about the streets. They squealed like the sound made by a pig, squealing. They shrieked and squealed about the streets. O Caesar, these things beyond all use, and I do fear. I cannot make out what they mean, and I do fear. Caesar says, what can be avoided? What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? If our end is purposed, if it's foretold, if it's decided by the mighty gods in the pantheon, what can be done to avoid? Yet Caesar shall go forth. In spite of all these auguries, in spite of all these portraits, in spite of all these predictions, yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar. They refer to the world in general, to the empire of Rome, and as they refer to Caesar. Calpurnius says, when beggars die, there are no comets seen. When beggars die, no comets come in the sky. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. Right? So all these signs are the sure signs that Caesar will die back to. Caesar, cowards died many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Cowards, those who are afraid, they're afraid of this, that and the other. They die many times before they actually die. The valiant, that is the brave, never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I have yet heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, the necessary end, will come when it comes. Of all the wonders that I have yet heard, now he heard of many wonderful things in his life. He's traveled throughout the empire, and people have told him many wonderful things, many strange and exotic information he's got. Of all the things that he has seen or heard, it seems to be most strange that men should fear. What? Men should fear death. Why should they fear death? When it comes, it will come. Why should you always, wonder when I am going to end my life? Right? So, seeing that death, the necessary end will come when it comes. Okay? Re-enter servant. What say the authors? Say, ask Caesar. What say the authors? What do the priests say? Servant. They would not have you to serve for today. They would not have you move out of the house today. So, plucking the entrails of an offering forth, they could not find a heart within the beast. They had cut out on the sacrificial element. They had examined the entrails, the intestines, the stomach, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They had offered it to the gods of Rome. They could not find a heart within the beast. So it's a very strange thing. The heart is a part of all living organisms. So this sacrificial animal did not have a heart. So a vital part is missing. That means the vital part of Rome will go missing. That is Caesar himself, the center of the empire. Caesar says, the gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home today. Caesar interprets it another way. He says, the gods do this in fear of cowardice, in shame of cowardice. They think, the gods think, I'll be cowardly. If I do not go forth today, if I do not step out of the house, if I do not go to the capital, then Caesar is like a beast without a heart. Right? So, no, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. Now Caesar personifies danger. Danger is supposed to be person, danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous man. Caesar is more dangerous than a constitution more dangerous. We are two lions littered in the same day. Two lions littered. Littered means when the lion gives birth, it's called a litter. But we are two lions littered in the same day, in the one day. And I, the elder, am more terrible. And Caesar shall go forth. Danger and me are brethren, we are brothers. I am the elder and more terrible. And Caesar shall go forth. Calpurnia, alas, my Lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Right? Your wisdom, all these signs, they are sure signs that something dangerous is going to happen to you. But yet, you are full of your own bravery, full of confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house. Call it my fear, not your fear. Don't say that you are afraid. Say that I am afraid for you. Do not go forth. That keeps you in the house. Keep me in the house. Stay in the house and call it my fear for you. And not your own. Don't call it your own fear. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house. And he shall say you are not well. Mark Antony will take a message on your behalf. Even Caesar is not coming. Let me upon my knee prevail in this. So she kneels on one knee. Let me upon my knee prevail. Let me convince you, let me persuade you. I beg. That's what Calpurnia says. Caesar. Mark Antony shall say, I am not well. And for thy humor I will stay. So for a moment, danger seems to be averted. But for thy humor I shall stay at home. To please you, I shall stay at home. Enter Decius. Now the conspirators brought at the very last moment when they had confabulated, when they had discussed what's to be done. The very last moment, one of them had said, there have been many superstitious signs. Caesar may not come to the capital. At that moment, Decius says, Caesar likes to be flattered. I flatter him. I persuade him with flattery and bring him to the capital. At that moment, when Caesar says, I will stay at home, enter Decius. Right? Here is Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so. Jesus said, here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them that I am not coming. Decius, Caesar, all hail. The Roman celebrity. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house. Caesar, and you have come in very happy time, you come at the right moment to bear my greeting to the senators. Greet the senators from me and tell them I will not come today. Tell them I will not come today. Cannot is false. Don't say I cannot come. That is false. Tell and that I dare not false. To say that I dare not come is false. Say he is sick, says Calpurnia. Shall Caesar send a light? Okay? Have I in conquest stretched mine arms so far to be afraid to tell greybeards the truth? Yes, go tell them Caesar will not come. So, Caesar said, right? Tell them I will not come today. Cannot is false. Dare not is false. So Calpurnia says, yes, go tell them that he is sick. Shall Caesar send a, do you want me? I, who have in conquest stretched my arms so far. He has practically conquered the whole of Europe with his armies. I, an emperor who has conquered the whole of Europe, who has faced danger time and again. Shall I be afraid? Shall I be afraid? The greybeards, all those senators are greybeards. The beards are grey, they are old. Shall I be afraid to tell these old senators the truth? They say, go tell them, Caesar will not come. Caesar will not come, right? This is most mighty Caesar. Let me know some cause. Just like we laughed at when my cousin said. If they laugh, Caesar will not come. Give me some cause, give me some reason. It's as though Caesar is like schoolboy. I have a stomach ache, I'm not going to school. Right? It's like that. Give me some reason. Right? Caesar, the cause is in my will. I will not come. I will. Will is the motive force. Will is willpower. It's the motive force. The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. Okay? But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. For your private satisfaction, to satisfy you this is. Because you are in my good book, because I think you worthy, I will tell you. I will let you know. California here, my wife, stays me at home. Okay? California doesn't want me to go. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue. In her dreams, she saw my statue. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood. The statue of Caesar was rent means pierced, broken in 100 places. And all those 100 holes in the statue spouted blood. Blood was flowing out. California dreams, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood. And many lusty Romans came smiling and did raise their hands. Many lusty Romans, lusty is strong, vigorous, virile. Many lusty Romans came smiling and did wave their hands. They waved their hands in the blood of Caesar. That's what's Californians dream. And these does she apply for warnings and foretells. She thinks something bad is. So dreams are actually predictions of the future. See, there's a story given by a very famous writer. He was a psychologist, Carl Gustav. One of his friends had a passion for climbing mountains. It's a very dangerous occupation. He had a regular passion, says Carl Gustav, for climbing mountains. And he had a dream. That mountain climber, a friend of his, had a dream. He stepped off the edge of a precipice. He was walking along. Just took a step into open space. It's a dream he had. And so Carl Gustav said, he warned the friend. He warned him with this dangerous mountain climbing experience. But he paid no heed. The friend did not pay any attention. A few months later, he actually did step off of the cliff and was killed. They dreams in modern science. It's been proved scientifically that dreams have some relation to what is going to happen. It's a part of the subconscious, our mind. That's what the conscious part. Conscious is what we're seeing and listening to now. Whatever we see around us. That's the conscious part. There's personal unconscious. Personal unconscious, whatever we have experienced, sinks into the personal unconscious. Every experience from the moment of birth is in the personal unconscious. And there is the collective unconscious. Collective unconscious is the hereditary part of our mind, which we have received from our ancestors. Whatever they have experienced comes into the collective. And these can come forth at any time. So from the collective to the personal to the conscious, when we're sleeping, the barrier between these three supports, from the dreams, they bring forth. Okay? So we're thinking about something goes on in the mind. Then we go to sleep. Whatever goes on, whatever may happen, from the personal conscious message itself in our dreams. That's what psychoanalysis is proving us. Psychoanalysis is the study of this dream, they say it's the study of the dreams, portent of the future. So California says, the statue of Caesar spouted blood in 100 places. And many industry Romans came smiling at their way there. And Caesar says, and these does she apply for warning and portents. Portents are prediction. And evils imminent. Imminent means they're about to happen. And on her knee had begged that I will not stay at home today. She begged on her knee that I stay at home today. Now Lysias is waiting for such an opening, and he says, this dream is all misinterpreted. It's interpreted falsely, interpreted wrongly. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. It's a fair and fortunate vision. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans obeyed, signifies that from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood. Great Rome shall suck reviving blood from you. They'll become renewed, they'll become new men because of you, Caesar. Okay? And that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and forms. Great men shall press for tinctures. Tincture is something you put on the wound. Right? Tinctures, stains, relics, and forms. They'll ask, they'll want relics, the memento of this event, of their renewal, of their being recreated and cognizant. This by California's dream is signified. This is what California's dream means. And this way have you well expounded it. Caesar believes it. Likes to be flattered. Okay? And in this way you have well expounded. You have explained it very well. Okay, yes. I have, when you have heard what I can say and know it now. The Senate had concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word, you will not come, their minds may change. The Senate had decided that they shall give the crown of Rome, their crown in Emperor Rome. And if you send word that you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate another time when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. It were a mockery to say, break up the Senate, let not the House of Parliament meet today till Caesar's wife has better dreams. It were a mockery. Till she has better dreams. Okay. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, though Caesar is afraid? Will they not whisper among themselves? Pardon me, Caesar, says Lysias. For my dear, dear love to your proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is life. I love you dearly, Caesar, says Lysias. And that affection I have for you bids me tell you this. And reason to my love is life. I am being reasonable. My affection governs my reason. Okay? Not emotional, is also reasonable. How foolish do your fears seem now, California, says Caesar. I am ashamed. I did yield to them. I did yield to your importuning. I did yield to your request. Give me my robe, or I will go. Caesar says, give me my robe, or I will go. Okay, so we'll stop. We're on line 107 of Act 2, Scene 4. Thank you.